Welcome to Part 3, the final part of this series. Let's begin with a quick recap. In Part 1, we explored the intellectual traps, treating Buddhism as philosophy, collecting knowledge instead of realization, making the teachings your identity, and skipping ethics. In Part 2, we uncovered the practice traps, wanting instant results, treating meditation as technique only, cherry-picking the comfortable teachings, and confusing the teacher with the teaching. That's 8 mistakes. 8 ways people fail to understand what the Buddha actually taught. But there are 2 more. And honestly, these are the ones modern practitioners overlook the most. They're not about belief. They're not about meditation technique. They're about what keeps you practicing when things get difficult and who walks beside you on the path. These 2 mistakes cost me years. Years of practicing alone. Years of drifting, losing momentum, and almost quitting. Today, we finish the entire series. And at the end, I'll give you a 5-step roadmap, simple, practical, and immediately usable. Let's complete this. Mistake 9, not contemplating death. Most modern people avoid this. We don't want to think about death. But in the Buddha's teaching, mindfulness of death is essential. Maranasati, mindfulness of death. It sounds dark. It sounds morbid. But it's actually liberating. The Buddha said, "Let me be like a person whose head is on fire. Let me act with urgency and diligence." Why would he say that? Because contemplation of mortality creates urgency. Real urgency. The kind that cuts straight through procrastination. When you sit with the reality that you could die today, tomorrow, or in 50 years, but you don't know when, everything changes. Holding on to anger for 3 years feels absurd. Putting off practice until next month becomes insane. Chasing status as your main goal suddenly looks hollow. I avoided this practice for years. I thought, this is too dark, too negative. Then my friend's father died, 58 years old. A sudden heart attack. One day he was here. The next day, gone. At the funeral, I asked myself, what if that's me tomorrow? What have I been delaying? What actually matters? That week, I began contemplating death every day. Not obsessively, not dramatically, just honestly. And something shifted. Death contemplation isn't meant to create fear. It creates clarity. It reduces anxiety. It focuses the mind. This is samvega, spiritual urgency. Without it, practice becomes casual, a hobby, something you do when life feels slow. With it, practice becomes essential, a priority, a lifeline. Here's how to do this safely and wisely. Once a week, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Then reflect on these sentences. Death is certain. The time of death is uncertain. Then ask, what would I regret if I died tomorrow? What have I been postponing that actually matters? And after that, cultivate gratitude. I'm alive today. I have this moment. I can practice now. This is not morbidity. This is clarity. Mistake 10. Neglecting spiritual friendship. The final mistake, and maybe the most underrated one in modern Buddhism. Many people believe the spiritual path is solitary. I'll meditate alone. I'll figure it out myself. But the Buddha was crystal clear. This is backwards. His cousin Ananda once said, spiritual friendship is half of the holy life. And the Buddha corrected him. Not so, Ananda. This is the entire holy life. When one has spiritual friends, good companions, they can be expected to grow along the noble path. Why would he say this? Because isolation breeds delusion. When you practice alone, the mind becomes an echo chamber. You convince yourself you're progressing. You convince yourself you understand. Sometimes you even convince yourself you're enlightened. I practiced alone for 2 years. Thought I was doing great. Then I joined a meditation group. And during the first session, the teacher asked, "What did you notice in your practice today?" I answered. She paused gently and said, "That's all thinking. Did you notice the actual sensations?" And it hit me. For 2 years, I hadn't been meditating. I'd been thinking about meditation. Spiritual friendship, kalyana mittata, is not optional. It's one of the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. A healthy community keeps you honest. It reveals blind spots. It inspires you. It grounds you. It keeps you going when you want to quit. If you don't have a Sangha right now, start simple. Find a meditation group, local or online. Attend once a week. Talk to at least one person about their practice. Listen to their reflections. Share yours. Notice how your practice shifts. You don't need a monastery. You just need good friends on the path. The Complete Practice Roadmap. We've covered 10 mistakes, 10 ways people lose the essence of what the Buddha taught. Now, here is what actually works. 5 steps. Not 10, not 20. A simple, clear, workable path. Step 1. Keep the 5 precepts for 30 days. No killing. No stealing. No lying. No intoxicants that cloud the mind. No sexual misconduct. Not perfectly, but sincerely, with genuine intention. By week 2, your sleep improves. Your chest feels lighter. Your mind becomes clearer. Step 2. Daily practice, 10 to 20 minutes. Sit comfortably. Follow the breath. When the mind wanders, return gently. Then observe, contact, feeling, craving, clinging, suffering. Finish with 2 minutes of loving kindness. Step 3. Weekly reflection on the 4 noble truths. Take one conflict or disappointment from the week, then trace it through the 4 truths. What was the suffering? What was the craving? Can I let go of needing this? How do I walk the path from here? Spend 15 minutes journaling. Step 4. Monthly day of simplicity. 1 day each month. Less speaking. Simple food. Service to others. No entertainment. No social media. Just presence. Just observation. Just practice. Step 5. Regular Sangha engagement. Attend a group twice a month. Sit with practitioners. Listen. Learn. Be supported. Spiritual friendship transforms the path. The real signs of progress. Not visions. Not bliss. Not mystical experiences. Real progress is simple. Less greed. Less ill will. More clarity. More ease. Triggers fade more quickly. Reaction softens. Mind becomes steady. That's the path. The Buddha's teaching is not complicated. It is practical, direct, testable. Start today. Keep the precepts. Meditate. Reflect. Engage with community. And understanding will come.